Good evening, everybody. What's up, Stinger?
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing, Nick?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. It's been a great day.
Nice. Well, what happened? You win the lottery or what?
I got accepted into the master's program I've dreamed of getting into.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's huge. Good for you.
How's your day, Ben?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Got that Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on.
I know it's funny. A lot of people are complaining about the heat, but out here in Southern California, I say it's cold. Cold for us.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's a cool day here too, but that's just because it's been raining all day.
It has the look of rain, but it hasn't rained.
Yeah, you guys are always in a drought.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
Nothing much. Just ready to kill another draft. Let's see what we got here.
Gonna smoke some brisket? Do you like my nicknames for your fantasy team? Yeah, I thought they were quite amusing, but I think I'll stick with mine, the current one.
All right.
Man, I feel like I haven't seen or heard from Pierre in forever.
Yeah, he's out of town, but he said he should be able to hop on. What's up, Marquise?
What's up, fellas?
How you
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
Shooting for a 9 today. Let's see how I do.
That's always a good goal.
Yeah, I've never drafted from the 11 spot or in front of Chris, so I'm hoping to do well.
I feel like we have some similar players we like, but we also have some differentiation. So I don't think he'll snipe me too badly.
I mean, there's one player we both like a lot, so I think we both know who that is.
Do we? There's a lot of players I like a lot.
Curtis Samuel.
Oh yeah,
I love him.
I know everybody loves Curtis Samuel now.
Someone in my league was looking through my team, and I had Beckham in the 6th and Samuel in the 7th, and they're like, "You should probably swap Beckham and Curtis Samuel if he's still there." And I was like, "Seems about right."
Yeah.
I mean, no one looks like they're aiming for Curtis Samuel this year in my league, so I was hoping to go through that.
Yeah, get him if you can.
Yeah, I'm still debating on who to keep in my keeper league. Still don't know. I think it's going to be Hopkins, but I'm
Who's
kind
on
of
your
like,
team?
Do you have one keeper or two keepers?
We have 3. So I have Eckler in like the 6th. And then I have Kittle in the 4th. And so my third option is either Josh Allen in the 2nd or Hopkins in the 1st. And it's a super flex, so
Okay, that explains it. I was so confused.
yeah, it's Josh Allen in the 2nd. It's like, no, man, don't do that.
All right. Okay, there's Buster Boone. We're just waiting on Pierre now. Let me text him.
Has Gus popped on? I didn't see his dot. Like I've seen everybody, I think.
Yeah, he said in the Discord that he's on. He just can't. He's having trouble with the Zoom.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh.
Do I have to wait a couple days to claim a spot for Thursday's mock draft? Because there's 4 spots open.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chances are they'll still be open, but give it some time just in case. When I posted in the Discord, it's free game.
there we go. All right, so let's see here. All right, let's pose this question. Who will finish the RB1, but you can't use the top 5 people? So you're taking out McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, Henry, and Barkley. So from Taylor down, you can choose which
Zeke.
one of these guys can finish as the RB1 over the 5 that are usually in there.
Zeke.
Zeke.
No,
Okay.
no way. There's no way Zeke is finishing at the number 1 over those 5 guys.
You can't pick those 5 guys though.
Yeah, you can't
I
pick
know.
the
If
5.
you
Yeah.
can't pick, it's no way Zeke's number 1.
Then who?
I'd choose Eckler, but
My problem with
That's-
Eckler, and
that's
I
not
love
unreasonable.
Eckler, is he's not going to get 300 plus touches like Zeke's going to get. Like I think
who has
Eckler
the
gets
better
5.
handcuff to take his carries?
Stop it. Tony Pollard is. If Tony Pollard was so good, they would have been giving Tony Pollard a run before Zeke got hurt last year. I don't understand this argument from people.
That
Pollard
was
was
an
so good.
excellent comment. Stinger. Excellent comment.
If Pollard was so good, then the Cowboys probably would have traded him for picks.
Yeah, or they'd
Honest.
be giving him more touches. Like teams don't just sit there and say like, "Wow, look at this really good player we have out here. Let's just keep him on the bench." That's not how what NFL teams do. Like the easiest way to judge NFL talent is by what their team does.
Yeah.
You don't have to be some like guru film analytics expert. If a guy's not getting playing time, it's either because he's not that good or the guy in front of him is significantly better. So
This is just me, but in my list of top 5 running backs, including the top 5, Zeke isn't in the top 10.
well, everybody's got different
I don't know about that.
ideas. But
That's just my opinion. You guys could think Zeke's top 5, but
I know, I got you.
he's never finished worse than I think 10 in points per game. And that one year where he got suspended at the end of the season, he still finishes like RB12.
Is there? So we got Zeke. Anybody else?
Well, Stinger said Eckler.
Eckler. Yeah.
Let's hear Austin. Come on, Austin. Give us some random name.
I missed the question. Sorry. What was the question?
So who finishes the number 1 RB besides the top 5 guys? So we're gonna say the top 5 fall short.
You have to pick a running back outside the top 5 that could finish number 1 overall.
Full PPR.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Rodgers is there, Aaron Jones,
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
possibly Cam Akers, even if he.
what if
is the
Aaron
worst
Jones?
one,
What if Aaron Rodgers isn't there?
Then he's like a mid. He's probably a low end RB1, like 12-ish, I'd say.
Okay.
That whole awesome.
I mean, I feel like if Rodgers isn't there, I'd go Jones more than I'd go Adams.
I mean,
they-
it hurts both of them, but
Yeah, it hurts both of them, but they'd be relying more on the run if the quarterback can't throw.
sure. It does hurt. It does hurt Adams more than it hurts Jones, but it does hurt both.
All right. I don't know where Pierre's at, so I was gonna start this thing and
See where we go. And anyone else can answer if they're on. I just thought I'd hear.
Matt on the chat said Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson. I don't know what that
Okay.
turf toe. That injury scares me.
Believe it.
Apparently he was okay in minicamp, so I don't know.
Too early for Michael Carter here.
Maybe if you had the number, maybe if you had the number 2 pick.
Yeah,
I think number 1 overall is a little early.
can't quite put him over C-Mac.
I'll be boring.
I left a comment on that guy's video, and I said this is the worst mock draft I've ever seen, and it has like 30 likes on it.
You get any replies?
It's the top comment on the video, and it has like 30 likes. It's funny as hell.
What is this?
See, you've heard the guy, the fantasy counselor YouTube channel.
I have not, so I guess I'll have to.
So he's probably like, I think he's like 50,000 subs or something like that, but he just makes the most ridiculous like his rankings are just every year it's kind of like he purposely almost does it to be like against what everyone else thinks, you know what I mean?
Just be
Yeah.
cheap.
He did a draft on his YouTube channel with his subs, right? So all of his subs pretty much go off his thinking. It's like just like the people here all have similar kind of mindsets. Over there, they all have kind of similar mindsets. So I'm watching the draft, and the first thing I see is so Najee goes off at 4. And I'm like, damn, that's early. Like, but then we get to the second round. So Josh Jacobs goes off at the turn, and he's like, great pick. And I'm like sitting here like, what the hell? Like, oh my God. And then like 4 picks later in the second round, James Robinson goes. Then Patrick Mahomes goes. And then he's in the third round, and he's like, this might be a little bit of a reach, but I love this guy. And he picks Michael Carter. And I was just, at that point, I just paused the video, left a comment, and clicked off. Like, I couldn't watch anymore.
Good God.
That's interesting. Definitely a different strategy than I would go with.
Yeah, and he's like, there's some good wide receivers on the board right now with Keenan Allen and Allen Robinson, but he's like, I'm going really robust RB this year, so I'm taking Michael Carter there. All right.
I mean, even if you're going robust RB, there's better RBs than.
Yeah. David Montgomery was still available. I forgot who else. Chris Carson. There was a couple others that were still available, but oh my God. Even J.K. Dobbins is, I mean, Jesus.
What's his YouTube again? I need a laugh.
Fantasy counselor.
Yeah, if you just search
Fantasy football counselor, yeah.
Yeah. It was his last.
You forced my hand here a little bit, Stinger.
Thanks for making my decision easier.
Chubb at the 2-2 is not bad. I will agree.
I was deciding between Diggs and Chubb, so thanks for making my decision easier.
I love both of y'all's teams. Both 2 RB, 2 wide receivers, great value there.
Yeah. It'll
I
be
feel like
interesting.
the
to
later
see.
rounds are better, and I don't know why.
They are. In our drafts, they are. I thought about Chubb. Thought about Aaron Jones, but I was like, I can't pass up on 2 top 5 wide receivers.
Every time I see Gus Bones, I just want to say Gus Bus. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't
Us,
the
let's
one.
go.
Let's see if Al can pull a good draft with Travis Kelce to begin with.
I mean, you know he's got to go with Patrick Mahomes
Nah.
because he has Travis Kelce.
I mean, I do like this.
In the 3-9, if he's available, yeah, then yeah, Patrick Mahomes would be a pick.
I mean, I think you could wait till 4-4.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes going at 1-8, so
True. In our drafts, though, he can go to the 4-4.
quarterbacks always go late in our drafts.
In a tough spot.
I was looking on Instagram, and the NFL posted best wide receiver wearing number 11. And I looked in the comments, and Fred Warner was like, anyway, NFL's forgotten about Brandon Ayuk. And And it was Fred Warner, so he'd had to bring up Brandon Ayuk, but it had like AJ Brown. That's it. That's all I can remember. So
I think Pierre has to go running back here. This is too
Yeah, I
good.
did.
This is too
I
good.
was so stuck. I want it. It's like, yeah. It's like if Aaron Jones there, but then it's like, it's hard when you go running back.
It is, but if you get 2 top 5 guys or top 10 guys,
let's get into our target.
Be interesting to see who falls to me.
Oh yeah, you're in front of me. I just saw that.
It's essential that Jesus.
I think he gets a better quarterback this year than he's ever had. So.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd leave him for me, but I
No.
was hoping. As soon as
I'm
you
a Jags fan. Come on, man.
As soon as he started that sentence off, I knew where it was going. All right. I'm gonna take the guy I just traded away in Dynasty and go
Oh,
Terry McLaurin.
yeah. So what was the trade? I'm like, it's hard to go back in the chat and look at trades. What was it?
Hold on.
next year's first, the following year's first,
Okay.
and then a second and a third.
Yes, correct.
Because I was offering a first and a third and 2/3, and then I think I offered a first, 2/3, and a player, and still couldn't get them.
Yeah,
I
wanted
offered a first and a second. And that was like as high as I was going to go.
Yeah, I tried to give Chris because I knew Chris wanted him, so I was like, all right, let's see if Chris will give over the goods for him.
I mean, I like Terry McLaurin, but I don't think Terry McLaurin is going to be top 5 this year. I really don't.
I think it's in his range of outcomes. I do. I think he's a. What was I gonna say? I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. I think he's obviously gonna have the best year of his career. I think his range of outcomes is probably from 5 to 15. That's kind of where I have him if he plays the whole season. That's where I'd say maybe 5.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably crack top 5, but I mean, top 5 is a monster season.
Yeah, I don't see him getting into like the top 4 with Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing him the ball. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ryan Fitzpatrick will be the best quarterback he's probably ever played with, but top 5 is if you
something different.
If you look at those guys in the top 5, it's different. Yeah,
you can have monster like you're looking at 110, 120 catches. You're looking at double-digit touchdowns, 1,300 plus yards. That's a monster year.
Yeah.
The other problem, and I'd like Fitzpatrick and I like McLaurin. I'm not knocking him. I have him more as like a 10 to 15 guy, but certainly I could see 5. That defense is so good. They're not going to be in like shootouts. So
defense is
good. They might not throw the ball like more than 30 times a game.
Well, defense is good, and I think there's going to be a little bit more competition for targets than he's ever had before as well.
Definitely going to be more competition.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I still think he's, I think he is a wide receiver 1, but there's definitely a couple question marks to it.
So Pierre,
Pierre
looks like
up.
Yeah,
we showed up. Well, that's a good start now. Henry Jones, Lamb.
Yeah.
I don't think he autoed any of those, did he?
No, I picked.
Yeah, we picked. I think the first 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I do feel like that's what he would have done in that situation. He might have took Elliott from Nick. Maybe.
Oh, I'm so irritated. I went tight end at the 3. I always tell myself I'm not going to do it, and I do it. Always. Every draft, I'm like, I'm not going to do it, and then I get up and I do it.
Well, I usually go receiver for that 3rd pick, and I was like, you know what? Let's try to stop Clyde. I just think he's just going to have so many opportunities.
Oh, yeah, and the receivers that were available were not – I wasn't in love with it. I was either going to go Najee or Waller there, actually.
Najee was someone I was considering. It's just his rookie in that O-line.
Yeah. It's just more of me not wanting you to go tight end early. That's all it was. So if I hadn't gone Waller there, that's probably where I would have gone. Najee. Oh God, Godwin.
The first segment, we have to be Jehovah has
Oh, you got the 4 wide receiver start.
Yep.
I don't know whether to go with a third running back or a second wide receiver.
Who's available?
Not about a running back there, so
is it his
Do you think it's too early for Galladay?
Yes.
I always do, but he's your guy, so
I mean, if he falls, then maybe. But
shit?
I
I
hate
don't
all
think
the
he'll
running
fall
backs
to you.
available.
Yeah, I don't. If your question is he going to fall back to you in the 5th? Probably not.
No.
probably not.
So that when you're on these ends of these drafts, that's what you have to kind of convey and see how much you want to play, or B, what you think his performance is, and see if you're okay with letting him go. So
Instead of
you
doing
don't
running
wanna
back or
do-
running wide receiver,
Oh wow.
go tight end.
All right.
I'm still not that high on Pitts.
No, I would have preferred Galladay.
I mean, I don't think either one would have made it back to me. So
That's true. That's
Probably
true.
not.
I just realized Gus got Antonio Gibson at the 310.
yeah, I was gonna pick Antonio Gibson, but
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I think the reason his stock is just dropping is just because of the injury. Like, it's going to nag him probably the first 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know, like, I feel like he has the role, but there's that, like, voice in the back of my head says he could lose his role or something could happen. What is it? I think the one dude steal some targets from him.
It's not the Gibbs themselves.
I feel like that's where he went in our
Yeah.
dynasty draft too, right? Didn't he go at like the 3.9, 3.10, something like that?
Gibson?
Yeah, didn't he?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's who I was thinking about taking. No Mixon is a 4-4. Like,
Says,
And I'm really regretting not taking Aaron Jones at the 2-6.
why?
Just because I mean, it's not I don't Jefferson's a bad pick, but
I think you're scared that he just won't replicate what he did last year.
just like this.
who, Jones?
Oh, sorry. Did you say Jones or Jefferson?
Well, I was saying like, I would kind of wish I took Aaron Jones, just looking at the value there that I just gave to Pierre.
Yeah.
So is it my turn? Sorry, my screen's lagging.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
You
You're
got
good.
plenty of time though. You still got almost a minute.
Okay.
And that means us where you have to
I think that's the tier break for me right there, Sutton.
I agree.
I'm sitting here looking at this. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, now it's definitely the tier break for me.
that self-control. How does self-control? Each time we exercise self-control, we strengthen that action. Because self-control involves Facebook foundation. Tests of my will, self-control that mass. This if we do that, we can control thinking, actions,
Dude, I'm about to probably have to go real early on 2 receivers. I don't want to.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm sitting here like, all right, well,
Why did I take Waller there? I could have taken like CD Lamb or any of them. Yep, that's who I was going to take. Thank you. Appreciate that.
was
I
gonna
think
say,
that's
T.
fine.
Higgins isn't bad.
I like Higgins more than Thielen, Moore, and Smith right now. Honestly,
Now I have to take Claypool, and I don't love that at all.
He's the one I'm about to click on too. So
I don't want to take. I don't want to take I don't want to take DeAndre Swift. Oh God.
Is on the other footage of the spirit.
I'm not sure I go even. I might go Kenny Galladay over Chase Claypool. Oh God, this is not fun.
So it's clear that some
now I will say, whichever Giants receiver hits will be a great value wherever you draft them.
It's assuming any of them hit.
Yeah,
You know what?
if any hit.
I'm doing it.
if any hit, there you go.
Ooh, stinger! He just sniped you.
Well, I didn't think he'd make it back to me, but I had him on my queue just in case.
I think Galladay is a better player than Claypool, to be honest. I mean,
I think Galladay has the opportunity, I guess, more opportunity to break out.
yeah, at least he's not the wide
Claypool.
receiver 3 on his team.
Yeah.
There's so much running back value here, but I need another wideout.
Yeah, I really was hoping Juju would move somewhere this year.
that means that there's a
Yeah,
I don't like
it
this
was good.
at
I thought it
all.
was
I was
gone.
expecting the Chiefs to sign him.
I was thinking the Ravens to sign him
the
for some
Chiefs.
reason.
The Chiefs gave him a deal.
Oh, that's right. And he told him no.
He's like,
I'm-
why would I go play with Patrick Mahomes and win Super Bowls when I could just stay here with Big Ben and his noodle arm? That's
Wasn't
crazy.
he offered more?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't get that at all. Is he from Pittsburgh or something? Is he like a homer?
I don't think so.
Who got offered by the Chiefs?
Juju.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they wouldn't let him do his TikTok dances on the field or something.
Well, they probably wouldn't because they're like, out here. Well, I don't know. That's not true. They let Tyreek Hill cartwheel into the end zone and stuff. So
No,
I gotta
Juju
hurry
isn't
up
being a
and
homer.
dig.
He was born in California.
I think it's like comfortable.
Yeah, he's from Long Beach.
He's used
so,
to the playbook.
I don't know.
You go to the Chiefs and the Homes, you better produce. Right?
That's not who I wanted, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I had to
He
pick
didn't want to
two
deal with the
guys.
pressure.
I didn't want Galladay or Lockett, but
there's also and that's
drafting from the 1 spot used to be so fun. Now it's just horrible.
It's stressful drafting from the 1.
Yeah, now it's probably the worst position, honestly, in this
Yeah.
draft.
I mean, you get the upside with McCaffrey, but then you have to deal with all the other picks.
Yeah, I noticed the last few drafts, it's the back spots that all fill up first, and then it's like 2 to 4, 2 to 5 are the openings.
That's funny because it's usually in most drafts it's the opposite, right?
Yeah. Well, when we first started, it was like 8, 9, 10, 11 that would always be open.
Yeah.
did you notice
That's good value from Mahomes there, 5-4.
That's very good value for Mahomes. Jeez.
Isn't that the very definition? Putting
All right,
aside
Tatum's got 3 running backs and AJ Brown.
that's
This is where it gets dicey.
systems.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I was gonna say something about Judy, but then I didn't. Can't be hating on him too hard, even though he's my bust. But whatever. I think he's going way too early, but that's my opinion.
Which is probably why the verse says that. So love, stay attached. Even. I don't understand it. Jen. Talk. Perfect.
Sorry about that.
keeps us connected just like that.
All right. I missed anything exciting?
No.
Not really. No.
Did Pierre take Hawkinson there, or was it Otto?
He took him.
Okay.
Hawkinson in the 5th.
It's not super,
DeAndre
super
Swift might
early.
fall out of the 5th.
Seemed early for me though.
Yeah, Williams competition. Jay Tatum said Gaskin and Davis over Swift.
Not for me personally, but apparently here.
Oh, it's my pick.
Let's see here. I think. Oh, geez, Chris.
Mm.
You didn't realize we start only 4 wide receivers, right?
Hey, injuries happen. You need depth.
Yeah, but you also need a running back.
Look at the running backs on the board. I got Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, Etienne,
Kareem Hunt's still there.
Kareem Hunt.
Surprisingly,
Running
Sanders
back.
is still there.
Javonte Williams. There's all sorts of running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate this as much as I can. I am off pretty much most Philly running back.
I know, but he's the big here. He's big for sure.
I say something, Chris is like, yeah, I don't trust.
I mean, it's a six round Miles Sanders.
Yeah, it's not bad for him. I'm
Why did you
just
take him over Kareem Hunt?
The thing with Kareem Hunt is we know
Good
he's.
question.
I like Kareem Hunt, but he's behind.
Nick Chubb.
Miles Sanders is only competing with Boston Scott, Kenny Gainwell.
Wait a minute.
The fact that he's competing automatically makes me worry, though. He should have that job if he's the one.
Well, he should have that job, so that's why I took him in the 6th round. Because he has that job.
But he hasn't been performing.
He's done all right.
I think that's going to turn out into like a full-blown committee, honestly.
This is my second draft in a row taking Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the same draft.
There you go.
I don't mind it.
No, I don't either. I like that strategy.
I don't mean to do it. I just forget I have one.
You can put a Kareem Hunt in your flex. That's fine.
Yeah. He's one of those RBs you can put in your flex and be pretty
Yeah.
happy with.
I'm not normally an early QB guy, but if this guy's still here,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even early. Like you said, I'm not normally an early QB guy.
I mean, for me it's early. For me it's early.
I mean, it's the
Yeah.
halfway mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, I feel like we might not value QBs enough. So, like, 5-4 for Mahomes, probably the latest you'll ever see him go in most drafts. I'm not saying draft him number 1 or overall or anything, but
I mean, in my home league, which isn't super flex, QBs fly off the board. Like typically you're seeing like Dak, Russ, you're seeing them go in like the 5th round. And you're seeing like Mahomes go in like the late 1st, early 2nd. It's crazy. In fact, last year Mahomes was the number 3 overall I just thought it was ridiculous.
Dang.
That's how I got Dalvin Cook at like the 7 or 8 spot last year.
I'm just so done with Juju. I can't even take him. Oh, man.
Holiday, Lockett, Juju, the Holy Trinity.
I know. It's just the amount of bust potential right now is just unbelievable. You know what? I like this guy, so I'm going here.
Ooh. Gotta go with my guy.
Good value for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Jalen Hurts to bust so I can offer Chris Baker for like 3 firsts in the Dynasty League. At least 3 firsts I'm going to need for Baker.
First of all, even if Jalen Hurts does bust, Fitzpatrick and Stafford both are better than Baker. So good luck with that.
Oh, you have Fitzy too. Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm going to need multiple busts, possible injuries, and then I'm going to send it over.
I was really hoping Robbie Anderson would make it back to me. I was surprised how late he was going.
Yeah, I should have gone Robbie Anderson over Rashad Bateman, honestly.
When I saw that post in the Discord about the guy or the kid who had Jalen Hurts on his backpack, my first thought was, wow, Chris, so cool your mom got in contact with Jalen Hurts.
I bet Jalen Hurts could finish out as a QB, as a top 10 QB.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, I agree, though. I think he is a real, he could be a real fantasy beast this year.
I thought he was going to say QB1. That's where I was. That's what he was about to say. I was like, oh.
I have him as my number 8 so far going into
Could
this
be
year.
QB1.
He's a top 12 QB for me, for sure. My thing with him, though, is I think he's going to be a much better fantasy quarterback than in real life quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if things start going south for the team. I think they'll probably give him the whole year this year, but I'm wondering if they replace him after this year, if the team finishes with like not a great record or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
What if they finish with a bad record? I don't think it's totally Jalen Hurts' fault. He just doesn't have any playmakers to work with.
He's got some playmakers now.
I mean, he only really has Miles Sanders and Devonta Smith. That's it.
No,
More than most people have.
I bet
Rager, though?
in my opinion, Jalen Rager will take about 2 or 3 years to actually get decent.
I mean, could.
I'm still high on Travis Fogel. I think he's a dark horse candidate.
I don't know.
Hey man, I'm still high on him. I'm still high on
He
him.
was like really good last year.
When you say high, what do you mean? Take him with like your 10th round pick? What?
I mean, about 12. I mean, I'm making my last pick.
Oh, Stinger's in this. Why did I think I was getting Mooney in the 8th?
Back at the 8-1, that's ridiculous. I mean, all the QB value in this draft so far has been ridiculous.
I'm glad Stinger took Wilson, because if someone took Hurst before Wilson again, I might actually have to flip my table.
Mark Andrews in the 8th is ridiculous as well.
Yeah, that's some good value.
See, I'd much rather that than Waller in the 3rd. That's what I'm saying. That's why every time I tell myself not to do it. Every time.
Well, this is why you do these pre-drafts so that when it comes draft day, you go, look, you did it like 6 times in pre-draft. Did it work out for you? No.
The problem is, come draft day, I'll typically like have a brain freeze and then just pick like Joe Mixon in the first round. That's what normally happens.
Why you sent your queue beforehand?
What's that? Set a queue beforehand. It's probably a good idea.
Not only that, you
Make sure Waller's nowhere near that queue.
Yeah. Make sure Waller has like an X through it. Yeah.
because in your normal leagues you can get Darren Waller and still get beastly receivers.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, and it just seems like in our leagues that tight end early strategy usually doesn't work out too well.
What a meeting that we had. We appreciate all the words, all the preparation. What did you think about?
Oh, that was gonna be my steal the draft, Nick.
Oh, Fant. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
no
he made
offense.
that far.
Into the eighth, I was like, yep. So now we go last round, tight end. Move some people up.
You can still get Goddard.
Again, if I don't have trust in Hurst, I have no trust in God.
You're already had
Good pick, Buster Boone. Let's see who's on here for.
shows that you get that's very. And you also had an increase.
Yeah, let's go there.
I tried to give you this guy, Jeremy, but you didn't want him, so I'm gonna take him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I just feel like Ty beats him out again. And how sad is it that an old man beats him out?
Just know that
Pittman's a
if he's
bust.
balling out, then mid-season that price is gonna go up for you. All right.
Yeah.
I'll tax you pretty heavily for that one.
Yeah, collect that interest.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Let's see. Hold on.
I don't really want the Marquise Brown stack with Rashad Bateman. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, no, I ain't touching any Baltimore wide receiver this year.
No, this is ugly, but
Hey, here's a question: what does Chris think of Pittman?
I like him actually. I think Ty is more the over the top guy, which I don't think is going to be good with Carson Wentz. But I do take Ty sometimes in best ball because I think he might have some big games. I like Pittman. I could see him being like an 800-yard guy this year.
You were the non-safe floor guy. Oh, and I'm gonna apply. No, it's what this man.
I don't think of Pittman as a safe floor guy.
Well, he's like 8 points a game.
Well, yeah, that's not a safe floor. That's just terrible. That's
cuttable, right?
That's waiver wire. But he was a rookie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a rookie last year, and he had what? Let's see.
Yeah, I want to get this guy because playoff time he'll help me out.
What the heck? I don't know what happened here, but
So over his last 6 games, he had 11, well, basically almost 12. So I'll round up 12, 12, 13, 11, 11, 9, 10. So that's kind of what you're getting.
Yeah. He's where I'd rather have MVS who has those boom bust games, like can get you 20 or get you 5.
I mean, normally I agree with that, but I think Pittman.
That's what I was like.
But I think MVS is going to have like 2 or 3 of those games, whereas Pittman I think can have some. Like he can make a leap. Like if you look at it, so he missed those 3 games of injury, then he came back and only had 1 target. Then after that, he only had 2 games with not 3 games with less than 5 targets, but one was week 17 when I don't think he even played. So, he started coming on late in the season, which is what you want to see from a rookie.
Can we talk about?
He's going to be a 1,000-yard guy or anything.
Can we talk about Michael Carter going at the 9-3?
No, Michael Pittman.
No, and Michael Carter went at the 9-3. I think that's very good value.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like by far the latest. I mean, that's like where he was going before the draft. I was like, oh my God, he might actually fall to me.
No, I don't mind the Michael Carter.
I was hoping Parker would make it back to me.
So do y'all have Sermon over Carter now?
yes.
I have Carter
Okay.
low.
So I have them pretty much equal. I just can't decide who I like more. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Sermon.
I go
It's Sermon for me.
The offense is going to be much, much better, and he's going to get
I think he's guaranteed more production.
Yeah, I mean, Carter should have like the 3rd down back role, but he's not guaranteed anything other than that, really.
Yeah, that's a crowded running back room.
On a bad team, which is not what you want.
Herbert at the 9-9. Good job, Bill.
Great. Right now I have 6 wideouts, and I only remotely have confidence in one of them. That's a major problem.
Oh, the Ruggs at the 9-1 kind of surprised me there, not gonna lie.
At this point, I was like, I don't. There wasn't much left. It was him, like Kadarius Toney, Rager maybe, but
Leaper just froze. Oh, dang it.
I think I hurt you a little bit drafting right next to you.
I mean that I'll repeat it again. Just taking the tight end in the 3rd, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I think the tight. So I took Robinson, so that flustered you. Then you took Waller, another bad decision. Then I took Higgins, who I think you wanted.
Yes.
Then,
yeah.
And then,
Ideally, I wanted to go C-Mac and then Robinson with McLaurin. I think that would have been nice there.
Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Stinger, did you mean to take Donovan Peoples-Jones?
No, my sleeper's crashing.
Who did you want?
I didn't know. I tried to get to the wide receivers.
All right, well, you're looking at Marquise Brown, Rondell Moore, T.Y. Hilton, McCole Hardman, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nelson Aguilar, Cole Beasley, Kadarius Toney.
Could you go to running backs?
David Johnson, Zach Moss, Todd Gurley, Naheem Hines, Devin Singletary, Tony Pollard, Gainwell, Edwards, McKissick.
I'll do Gus Edwards.
Clapping, I think I'm going to snipe you one more time.
Is it a running back or wide receiver?
It is a wide receiver. I will let you know that.
Let me see who. I mean, I'm not really that high on any of these guys.
Yeah, I was just like, I think this is the one guy that I would take the dart throw on.
Oh, why don't you just take a MVS there?
The
Because you know that's not who
last round pick. I will let people know. That's where.
let me guess it. Let me just guess it first. All right.
All right.
Is it Miami?
Brown? No.
Oh, that's what I was gonna guess. All right, go ahead then.
We're gonna take Nelson Aguilar.
Okay. I mean, it's a better pick than Henry Ruggs, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, because you got Dak. Okay. Saw Jalen Hurts go in the 10th, and I was like, why didn't Chris get him at the 9th? And I was like, oh, because he got Dak in the 8th, which is better.
Jalen Hurts at the 10-10. Dang good value.
What
That's true,
QB
but we
is he
got-
off the board? That's all I need
Carter.
to know. 1,
We
2.
got Carter in the 9th and then Hurts in the 10th.
Yeah.
I still don't like him. 9th QB off the board.
Again, assuming this guy plays, okay. And it's kind of cheating, honestly, taking him in 12th because if he was gonna play, he wouldn't be going there. So
whoever grades your team has to grade it as if you don't have a QB, right?
yeah, basically. I think
Automatic
I
failure.
think the last time you picked Deshaun Watson and we might have given you that benefit.
Wait, didn't he also not take a tight end? Wouldn't it be?
Oh, go back and look. There's a tight end.
Like the one where you abused
There's
your
one in
commissioner
there
powers.
somewhere.
You forgot to take a tight end and then changed your pick.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That. I didn't know.
Some RB depth in here.
Oh man. Can't even get Latavius Murray anymore.
I own this guy too.
Yeah, I like that pick.
I love Brian Edwards.
Yeah, it's not bad. Bill loves that pick. If he were here.
Logan Thomas going before Dallas Goedert.
I don't mind that at all.
Really?
No.
Oh,
You're just completely off the
No, Philly is just no. Don't like the organization and the moves they made.
Yeah.
They're not really confident in what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only
Hurts
thing-
as QB. I mean,
Yeah.
there will be some fantasy value, but I just think it's going to be junk. It's going to look terrible. And if and I can see some people losing jobs and some position changes, not players, but just overall.
I knew he was going to fall that far. I wouldn't have taken Fan. I would have just punted the position.
all right. I almost took Tony Pollard there.
Oh, don't do that.
Handcuff of the year. Yeah.
Now we got Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I feel like Peoples Jones could be their wide receiver 3 if they were smarter, but they're not. So
See, the funny thing is like I know the guys that were all kind of high on, like Mooney, like Gage, Anderson, like just pencil them in as your like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round picks. Because no one in your leagues are going to do that, and you're just going to get just more and more value right at the end of your drafts. It's going to be insane. Unless they're watching the videos, and then yeah. Oh, it's Gus Buscanato.
Yep.
Tom Brady.
Oh,
Oh, I
I
thought it
don't
was
mind
gonna.
that,
I thought it was
actually.
gonna give him Todd Gurley.
It usually
Yes,
does.
so did I.
I actually don't mind that with Burrow. Just sick.
I really don't want Todd Gurley to go to the Ravens because that would ruin Gus Edwards.
I don't think it ruins Gus Edwards.
Yeah, Gus Edwards is what Gus Edwards is. Like he's.
I mean, I'd prefer Todd Gurley to retire, but he's young. But so
Wait, did he sign with the Ravens or was it just a workout?
It was just a
Oh,
work.
there's a report saying that he's gonna that he's gonna sign within the week.
Yeah.
Within this week.
Yeah,
Okay. So that means he must have an offer.
allegedly.
Unless we're talking NFL and not like CFL or something, but
I mean, it
Running
wasn't
backs.
so much
Oh.
Schefter or anything. So
he could play for like the Montreal something. I don't know what the.
Montreal Alouettes.
I'm not a big CFL.
go to the XFL.
XFL, yeah.
Tatum
I used to
sniped me
watch-
with the Higby pick.
I used to
there
watch
it
the
is,
CFL.
Fulgham.
There
Yeah.
it is.
You know why the heck Buster Boom taking Hurts and Tannehill?
Because why not?
If you have to get a backup QB, you just have to.
Well, when you draft Hurts, you really do need a backup QB.
Jesus
Look how
Christ.
many
You really hate
QBs
Hurts,
How many
don't you?
QBs are on waivers?
Get Hurts and Godwin.
I feel like the
I think Hurts
best
gonna have a great year.
waiver wire quarterback is going to be Derek Carr.
Oh God.
Oh man.
That's a brutal take right there for me. Oh, I was gonna take.
I think
Tony.
it's Kirk Cousins.
I mean, last time I drafted, I took Derek Carr. So
Sorry, who did you drafted? I messed up. Hold
why don't trying to sabotage my picks.
on. All right, there it is.
What do we got over here?
Another one down.
Who's grading tonight? Nick, you want to grade? I don't know if you've ever graded. Have you?
I've done it a few times. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we'll start with you, Austin. Yeah, I mean, you already mentioned this, but your receiving core is definitely gonna be struggling. I mean, you got McCaffrey, he'll hold down the fort at running back, and you got Waller, who's effectively another wide receiver, but because like you're gonna have to start between Galladay, I guess is fine, but then between Lockett, Bateman, Pittman, Ruggs, you're gonna have to be starting two of those, and then I'll just do. I'm not gonna worry about Deshaun Watson. I'll just view that neutrally. I think this is probably a 7.
This is a 3.
You're-
This is a 3. This is the definition of a 3 right here.
Well, okay, McCaffrey and Waller is what saves you there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like in terms of, I honestly don't know if this team wins a game or two. I mean, that's how bad.
I think you win a game or two. I think your playoff pursuit is.
It's not that bad. You got
You're not in the playoffs,
you got
though.
McLaurin. You got some dice throws at wide receiver. You got Jacob. It's not like your team is horrendous.
Yeah.
You'll win some games, but you ain't gonna be in the playoffs.
All right, I'll take
All right.
it.
All right. So Jeremy, Edward, what was your thinking with Edwards-Helaire there at the 3-2?
So my thinking there was, I don't normally go running back in the third round, so I wanted to try it out. And I think Edwards is the safest floor or potential to score touchdowns. I think he's just more involved in that offense. And I think they're going to want, I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is going to throw a lot less. I think he's just going to throw a little less. And so that lessening of throws goes to the running back, and that ups Edwards' production.
Okay. I was just curious there. It just seemed like an unusual pick.
Yeah.
But your receivers, you got Robinson, Higgins, Ayuk. You're going to probably struggle a little bit at flex with Beckham. I mean, he could be okay, but I'm off of him completely. But Lamar there, you got great value there. Tanyan, That's fine at the 12, and you got decent depth. I'd say that's probably a 7-5,
Yeah.
maybe pushing an 8. So I think you got a solid team there. All right, so Buster Boom. Let's see. You got Saquon. You got some ridiculous value in this one. You got Kittle there. Yeah, his receivers are going to struggle too. He's got Thomas, Devonta Smith. That's fine, but then Chanel, I really wouldn't want him as my wide receiver 3. Anderson, Gage. I mean, maybe he can get. That's the thing. He's going to have to start 2 of those 3 probably. So I'm not too confident in his receivers, but he did get great value there with Carter and Hurts. I would say probably a 7. He did get some ridiculous value, but he's going to be hurting really, really bad at wide receiver.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know, like, going back to what you just said about OBJ a second ago. So before he got hurt last year, guess how many yards he was on pace to have?
No idea.
If he had not got hurt.
How many?
How much?
800.
Any other ones?
I'd say
700.
1,000.
900.
It was 700 something.
Oh wow.
It was bad, yeah.
Okay, I had no idea what direction you were going with that. I don't know if it was going to be like, oh, he was actually not that bad, or oh, he was.
No,
really struggling.
it was bad. No, that's where I was going.
But hold on. Before he got hurt, he was averaging what, like almost 15 points a game, PPR.
Full PPR.
Less
I'm
than
not sure.
that,
I just saw that stat today that before he got hurt, like, had he played out the whole year, right? He was on pace for, like, it was 700 something yards. Like, that was it, which is bad.
I can find. Hold on, was that Jeremy? Was that you that asked about his scoring last year before he was here?
Before.
Okay, so this was his scoring. Okay, 5,
PPR.
17, 9, 38, 11, 4.
Was the 38 against the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he took that one to the house from like a mile out.
49 to 38. Yeah, that game.
He had a couple. They weren't even off catches that game. He just did had a couple like ridiculous like jet sweeps and stuff like that. So
yeah, I guess our secondary, I think you have to put a little bit of a handicap on it.
Did he even throw a pass that week?
I don't remember. Maybe, probably.
I think he did. I think he threw a touchdown to Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, I think he threw a touchdown. Yeah.
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, he had a fly sweep for a touchdown from like his own 40, and then he threw a touchdown. So
Yeah, that one. All right, so.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's what.
Marquise. Right, you got Kamara, Allen Evans, DJ Moore, Deebo Samuel. So his receivers are going to be good. Mahomes there. I'm normally not a fan of teams that have Mahomes, but he got him late enough that I think that can be all right. And then Robinson, Mostert. He's got good depth. Parker, Edwards, Fulgham. I really like this team. This is probably the best one so far. Just nice, balanced, got all your bases covered, and you got decent depth as well. Maybe a little bit of a concern there with Gesicki, but it was late enough that I think it's okay. I think that's definitely a solid 8 right there. Nice job.
Yeah.
All right, so next Jay Tatum. Got Taylor at the 5. I'm sorry, but that's too early for me. And then he went 3 out of 4 running backs, Harris, Dobbins. Either if it was like either or, like he got Najee in the 3rd and then a wide receiver in the 4th, or wide receiver in the 3rd and then Dobbins, I would have been okay with that. With the fact that he loaded up on those 3 specific running backs, gives me cold feet. And then you look what it does to his wide receivers. You got AJ Brown, okay, good, and then Judy, okay, good. But then it's like Brown, between Antonio Brown, Marvin Jones, Cole Beasley, he's gonna have to start. Well, actually, probably just one of them, because honestly, I think obviously Najee or Dobbins would be his flex, but he's still going to be struggling there at wide receiver. I mean, he's got okay depth, but he just doesn't have enough oomph at the position. But Rodgers in the 11th is good. Higbee, I guess, is okay in the last round. So yeah, this is probably a 7 for me. Is running back. His decision to go with that many running backs that early is, I think, what hurt his build. Pierre, you're welcome for letting you have Aaron Jones. Great start with Henry and Jones. And then you got CD, Thielen, good. But then Juju and Elijah Moore being his next 2 wide receivers, that does concern me a little bit. That's why I was so surprised that he went Hawkinson and Murray, given that he went running back. Maybe, I guess, trying something new there. So yeah, his running backs are good, tight end, QB good, but kind of like a lot of these teams, what's he going to do at wide receiver? Because he's going to have to start probably both Juju and Elijah Moore, which, I mean, could end up being all right, especially if Elijah Moore explodes like a lot of people think he will be. And I guess his depth is okay. That's probably a 7-5 there. So, I mean, he's definitely got a good team, but to me, he just doesn't really blow me away. Someone else do my team. All right, so Mikey, let's see how Mikey did. It was interesting there. Adam's at the 1-8. I mean, I know he's gone a little bit earlier than that, but typically our drafts up to like about the 10-11 spot usually go all running back. So, and then he went ahead with Ridley and
I was
Woods.
just trying to switch it up this time.
Do what?
I was just trying to switch it up this time. I usually do like running back on the first, and like 3 receivers and another running back. So I've been trying to try out the other, try to go 0 RB for the first 2 picks and see how it looks later.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm fully assuming that Aaron Rodgers walks on the field.
Oh yeah, of course.
week 1.
Yeah. No, I love your start. I really do love your start, man. And that's what mock drafts are for, right? Trying new things out, seeing what you like, what you don't like so much. But you see, Adams, Ridley, Woods, love that. And then you got Carson and Davis. So with your wide receiver core, those 2 running backs are more than fine. And then you got Boyd there for your flex. Sermon, he could end up being something. Let's say Fuller, Williams, St. Brown, and then Logan Thomas, Matt Stafford. I love your team. I think this is the best team so far now. I think you did a really, really good job. That's definitely an 8-5 there.
Yeah, this team's super solid.
Yeah, that's what I was
Pushing a 9, possibly.
Had he gone Goddard for me over Logan Thomas, I think I would have said 9 for me. But yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, Logan Thomas isn't bad. I just like Goddard more.
Yeah, that's how I am.
I was between them. I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction was to go Goddard, but I figured since I was doing this other like strategy, I would just go with the other guy.
I was bashing Goddard pretty hard, so
yeah, I think this is probably my best team since I've drafted with you guys.
Yeah, Jeremy wasn't helping the cause either. He was making fun of all Philly players. So,
yeah, you guys got to get Goddard, Hurts, Godwin. Who else? A few other people. And that's Jeremy's dream team. All right, so let's go to Ailes' team now. Kelsey. I always like seeing what happens with the guys who go Kelsey early. But someone's got to do it, and today it was Ale. So we went Metcalf, Cooper, Mixon, Shark, Etienne. Let's see. It's going to probably have, let's see, it looks like you probably have Landry at the flex, which isn't spectacular, but he's got a safe floor, so that should be okay. I like his depth with Cooks, Harris, Gainwell, Brown. You got Herbert, great value there. Herbert at the late 9. That's, I think, the lowest we've seen him go. I think, and this is just, and again, Kelsey is going to help you a lot. I think that's just the thing that happens with anyone who takes, unless if you manage to get them at like the late 2nd, it's just your receiving core is just going to be so limited, so capped. And your running backs too, to a degree, by taking Kelsey early. Can Kelsey, keep up that explosive pace that's going to enable you to kind of sacrifice your wide receivers and your running backs to make it worth it? I think that's the real $1 million question with him this year. I'm a little bit more cautious on that, and that's why I've only taken him like once or twice. But I think that's going to be the real deal this year with Kelsey is he going to score enough to make it so that it's okay to sacrifice the other positions? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think we need to place an embargo on taking tight ends in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, but again, it's only in our drafts. You do it in other drafts. Like when I do it, when I take Kelsey in the first round of my best ball drafts, I still get like 4 or 5 really good receivers.
Yeah.
And
The problem is that we're all extracting so much value early that there's none to be had at the end. Where in other drafts, value is going to fall to you. Like we have guys that we like, and like I took Williams in the 9th round in here. I can get Williams in the 9th round in my home league, and they know how big I am on them. Like, so it's just different. Just so know your league.
Yeah.
I mean, if you went Mixon over Cortland Sutton, I would have liked this team a lot better. I mean, if you went Sutton over Mixon, I would like this team a lot better.
But then his
I
running
agree,
backs
yeah.
would have been Etienne and Damian Harris. So
Well, no, but then he could have taken Swift, Sanders, or Hunt over Chark.
Swift, where was Swift?
Swift was the 5'10". So yeah,
Yeah,
I agree
Oh, yeah,
100%
yeah.
Stinger.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Chris,
Yeah.
in your drafts, do you know in your best balls, do running backs go quite a bit earlier?
Do running backs go earlier?
Yeah, like because in the ones
yeah.
I've done on like Underdog and stuff, I see like Joe Mixon go and like typically he'll go early too in the early second. Yeah, you know it's the same thing. Okay.
Joe Mixon early second, David Montgomery 3rd rounder, Najee Harris like early mid second.
Okay. Yeah.
I was just wondering. Davis.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was just on the Underdog thing or if that was other sites too. But okay, that makes
most people overvalue running backs, so they go crazy about getting running backs. Whereas in our drafts, running backs are like great values.
Yeah.
Coming from the guy who drafted 5 wide receivers in a row.
Right.
I think when we talk about tight ends, I think something we haven't ever talked about is the pressure that it takes off your mind taking one of the top 3 guys. Because I get Kelsey pretty much every year that I've played, and before him it was Gronk. And I stress out about every position on my team. And I don't know, I just think if you have one of those top 3 guys, like it doesn't affect your game as much. Or I'm not talking so much about how much it affects your team as much as it affects your mental state throughout the season. Knowing that guys are like foaming at the mouth for tight ends on the waiver wire every week. Whereas if you have Kelsey, Kittle, or Waller, you're just sitting pretty. And that allows you to focus on other positions that have way more options on waiver.
So here's the thing. So in my home league, I typically the past 3 years I've waited till either the second to last round or the last round to get a tight end. And like you said, it is a little bit of a headache trying to like waiver wire plug. Sometimes I'll get lucky and get a guy who like last year I had Tunyon who, I mean, that worked out perfect. But yeah, it for me, it's just, again, my teams always end up better if I don't go tight end early. And it's just, I understand the positional value, but it's just the overall team for me usually just stinks if I go tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a risk.
Yeah, I think it also depends on knowing what league you're in. Because like in my league, I knew picking like last year, I picked Kelsey in the second round, but I was able to bounce back on wide receivers because I knew there were guys that were going to be available that nobody was going to be looking at. So I guess it depends really on what league you're in. Like with this league,
that's fair.
You know, it's super hard to bounce back if you pick a tight end in the top 3.
Yeah. No, the year before.
Your other ones, might be easy.
Yeah, you know who I had the year before? I said I had a Tunyon last year. The year before, because I was watching Hard Knocks, I was able to get Darren Waller. I picked him up off the waivers before his first game, which kind of worked out well.
Nice.
Literally before his first game, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna take this guy just in case. And then he had like a 14-point first game. So
Last season, when I forget what week it was or who they were even playing, but it was Kelsey. I had Kelsey, and he like got hurt, or he was like questionable to play, and so I picked up Tunyon off the waivers, and I was like, oh man, I'm screwed this week, like whatever. And then it got closer and closer to the game, and they announced that Kelsey was going to play, so I put him back in. And it was the week that Tunyon went off for like 30 points, and Kelsey got like 8, and I lost by like 2 points.
oh, you want
I was
to hear?
Oh,
You want to hear the most ridiculous thing real quick? So my league, we have it, you know, how you have like one IR spot or like two IR spots, whatever. So we have one IR spot in mine. And because of, you know, Zach Taylor's annoying ass kept saying Joe Mixon was coming back. I kept Joe Mixon in my IR spot. Instead of, I could have had somebody drop George Kittle, so I could have put Kittle in my IR spot. And had I played Kittle the last week of the season, because for some reason I put someone else in instead of Tunyon, but had I had Kittle in my IR, I would have played him that last week. You know who I had? I had Goddard. That's who I had too. I had Goddard, and Goddard gave me like 4 points that last game. Kittle, I think, scored like 11 or 12, and I ended up losing by like 2 or 3 points. So
yeah, yours is definitely worse.
yeah, that was in the championship too. So
Damn.
yep.
All right. So for Ailes' team, I would say that's probably a 7-5. It's just the ceiling on his wide receivers. All right. So now to Gus's team. Let's see. Hill, Akers, good value. Gibson, Chase, Swift. So this is another thing. I think he just went a little too crazy with the running backs this early, 3 out of 5. That looks like it's going to definitely hurt his wide receivers, because we were looking at Hill, Chase, Waddle, which is okay. I'm a little bit worried about Waddle, but you know, he could very well still be a wide receiver 3. But then you're looking at well, I mean, you're looking at Swift actually probably as your flex over Mike Williams, which isn't. I'm not a huge fan of that. But then you got Andrews, the 8th, that's good value. And then Burrow's fine as a QB there. And then he's got Marshall, Moss, Brown. So his depth is okay. I'd say this is probably another 7-5 here. There's a question mark with Gibson, but I'll just assume he's healthy. He's fine as an RB2, and then Swift is fine as a flex. So yeah, I'd say that's a 7-5. All right, so Stinger's team. Are you still here, Stinger?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, well, I love your start there. Eckler, Chubb. I don't care if it's a 3 wide receiver league. I love that start. Absolutely the 2 perfect picks there, the correct picks there. Julio, let's just assume durability is not an issue. So you're looking at Julio, Curtis Samuel, and then here's my worry is you're looking at Mooney as your wide receiver 3. Now that could absolutely be a great value, could be a great spot, but there's just too much at this point for me. There's just too much unknown to really trust him being in the lineup. But you're definitely looking at Hunt as your flex, so that's perfectly fine. Pitts, a bit early for me, but then knowing that he's not going to come back to you probably at the 5-11, that's okay. If you're really that high on Pitts, that's fine. Just keep in mind though, when it comes to rookie tight ends, is that they typically take a few years to develop, just the nature of the position. I like Russ, And then your depth, you see, you got Gordon Edwards, Hilton, Peoples-Jones. I mean, your depth is really good. I'm a bit worried about, kind of like a lot of these teams, I'm going to be a bit worried about your wide receivers. I really wouldn't want Mooney to be in the starting lineup, but your running backs are so good, and the value you got at QB is good. So I think that's still a 7.5. So it still keeps you up there. So yeah, that's that. And then now to Chris's team. Very, very interesting. You went really, really hard on wide receivers, and then you just went really, really hard on running backs. So let's see how this turned out. I like your start though. You went Diggs, Hopkins, Godwin, Deontay. I mean, I did this last week too. I don't remember who I had exactly, but I did the same thing. 4 wide receiver start works out really well. I still don't understand. I know you said for depth, but I just don't understand why you would take Claypool there at the 5th. Especially when you only start 4 wide receivers. But see what your running backs turned out to be. You got Sanders, Connor, and then you got Jones, Drake. But you got great value there with Dak, Goddard. Really good value with Goddard. I worry though about your running backs because I wouldn't want Sanders, Connor, because I feel like your team would have been so much better if you went, let's just say, and this could be anyone you prefer, but let's just say you went Hunt, Sanders there. I think your team would have been I think that your team would have been definitely the best team, definitely a 9. But the fact that you didn't, I just think you're going to struggle a bit at running back. I mean, you did load up on depth, so one of those guys could certainly come out. I would say that's probably I mean, your wide receivers are so good. I would say that's probably an 8. I think the best team is definitely Mikey's team, though. But I feel like your team would have been the best if you went running back in the 5-6 turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, who wants to do my team?
I got you, Nick.
All right.
That actually, we've seen some 0 RB teams. That might be the first negative RB team we've had. All right. Okay, we got Zeke.
Wait, that's coming from a guy who drafted 2 running backs total and drafted 2 tight ends, even though he took Aaron Waller.
We're not talking about my team here.
And Deshaun Watson.
We're done with my team. All right. Okay. So we got Zeke, Jefferson, Kupp, Sutton. Love that so far. Gaskin, I'm not in love with, but as your 2, he's perfectly fine. Allen's good. Davis, Fant in the 8th is perfect. Rager, Rondell Moore, Penny, McKissick. Oh, yeah, I think I like your first 4 picks, especially even first 5 picks. I personally I think DeAndre Swift's upside is a little bit higher than Gaskin, but I think they both probably have some question marks to them. Wide receivers looking nice. Especially that core you have of Jefferson, Kupp, and Sutton. Your flex will be Corey Davis, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that probably, yeah.
Corey Davis, maybe Rager. Who knows?
Unless if Rager explodes.
Yeah. What did we say Mikey's was? Mikey's was an 8.5 or?
I said 8.5 pushing 9.
I'd say 8 for you. Because I don't think it's quite
that's fair.
I don't think it's quite as good as Mikey's, but it's one of the top 4 or 5 teams. Probably top 4 teams, honestly. So yeah, that's where I'd say. I'd say flex maybe, hopefully Corey Davis, but I'd say I was just looking at Mikey's team again. Yeah, that's a solid squad. So if I'm judging it against that, I'd say probably an 8, probably.
Okay, yeah, I think that's definitely right about where it should be.
All right, guys. Good job as always.
Yeah,
All
always.
right.
See you guys Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Or you
See
too.
ya.
Bye.